Hello, welcome to Let's Cook at Home with your optical artist, Lyric Jones. In this video, we are going to make InstantPot yogurt. Now, I have watched several videos on YouTube for people who have actually used this function on their InstantPot. Now, you know I always have to do things my way. But this time, I have gathered information, okay, and I'm going to use a recipe that I think fits more of my personality, okay. They had videos that were a lot more detailed for the same thing, so I took certain things from certain videos and I'm going to put them together. When I go back and do the edit on this video, I will put a link to those ladies' videos that I watched. I think it was 3 different ones, and they all did a good job. And I don't want to discredit anything that they did, because I truly did not know how to make yogurt, even though I've seen the function here, and I had not gotten around to reading the instruction book. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure InstantPot has their own recipe in there, but I haven't looked. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. Okay, so I will put a link right at the top of my head right now. I can't think of anybody's name. So one of the main things that they said had to be done was you had to sterilize your InstantPot. Now, this is my new InstantPot. Okay, according to the ladies, at least 2 of them, if you don't clean your InstantPot, now like I said, I have 2 InstantPots. This is my brand new one. Okay, so we're not going to really have an issue. I'm going to clean it just because it's new and I don't know who touched it. But the one I use all the time, it smells like whatever I cook. I wash it, but they said it's the ring that collects the smell. Now, this one won't have any because this is my brand new pot. So I think if the yogurt goes well, I may keep this pot specifically just to make yogurt in, and continue to use my other pot for my savory dishes and chilies and things like that. Plus, I have crock pots, electric skillets. I have other means of cooking a meal that I can use where I can save this one just for yogurt. I am sliding away from ice cream, so I want to make my own yogurt. When I do the juicing videos and I have all that pulp, I make little cakes with the pulp, okay, and I add healthy stuff to it, but it's still cake. And I was starting to eat ice cream. Ice cream is not something that I ate on a regular basis. It's something that I do sometimes, but I found that with these cakes, because I wasn't putting icing on them, I was using ice cream, okay? So when I started to see the yogurt videos, I'm like, you know what, maybe I can replace the ice cream with the yogurt. Because they add condensed milk to give it a little sweetness, you know. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So let me get this all cleaned up, and then we'll start the process. It's not hard from what I've seen. The pot is going to do most of the work. The hardest part for me will be, I shouldn't even use the word hard. The only thing that I'm going to be required to really do is sterilize this pot for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just run it on pressure cook and just make sure everything is clean. Okay, after I get done with that, we'll come back and get it going. Alright? Alright. So, let me make sure I got that off. So I ran the pressure cooker just to sanitize it and clean it. Like I said, this was the new one, so I've never used it before. This is the first day that I'm going to use this. So we just wanted to sanitize it before we do this. We take this out. Right? Now, you have to have an InstantPot for this. Okay? Or you at least have to have a pot that has a yogurt setting. Alright? I don't know anything about making yogurt, so this is the first time that I've done it, but I'm pretty sure people were making yogurt before InstantPot buttons. Okay? So, let me see if I got this right. It's a half a gallon of ultra pasteurized milk, 3 tablespoons of yogurt of your choice, plain vanilla, okay, because it has to be active. So make sure when you buy it, it has active cultures and something else in it. I don't know. It has to say active. That's what I was looking for. So I spent, I don't know how long in the aisle today looking for it. I did not even realize there was so many yogurts that did not have that. I think it's an active probiotic. I think that's what it is. Hold on. Let me see what it says. Hold on. We're going to get this right. It says live and active cultures. And then a bunch of other words that I cannot pronounce. And this one is gluten-free. Cultured, pasteurized, grade A, milk, cream, and pectin. Okay, but it took me forever to find this. And I didn't even want a big one because I only needed 3 tablespoons. Now, a couple of other recipes I've seen, they only use 2 tablespoons. But today I seen a video and this lady used 3. And I like that. I don't know why, but I did. So I got out 3 tablespoons. And let me put this back in the fridge. Hold on. So anyway, she used 3 tablespoons and a can of condensed sweetener, and all 3 of the ladies that I watched, all 3 of them used this because they wanted it sweeter. And it is something that you can omit. Alright, so what we do, let me open up this milk. Now I got the lactose-free milk, but it's still whole milk. Now, I'm going to put in just a little bit. I'm not going to put in the whole thing right this second. And the reason I'm not is because I need to put in the condensed milk, and I'm going to put in the whole can. Like I said, you can put in as much or as little as you like, or you can skip this part altogether. But because I'm using this in place of ice cream, I want mine just a little bit sweet. And then, hold on, let me clean that off. Okay, and then we're going to use the whisk to make sure that this is blended very well. I don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot and burn. Okay, I think it feels like I have it all. Okay, and then I'm going to also go ahead and whisk in my active yogurt. Like I said, I used 3. That was 3 tablespoons. That was what the lady said she used 3. The other videos they used 2. But I'm going to ride with her, and I'm going to use 3. Okay, and now I'm going to add in the rest of the milk. Okay. And you know what? Now they also said I didn't need to use, I didn't necessarily have to use the InstantPot lid, that I can just use a regular lid. I think my lid that'll fit this pot is in, hold on. I was about to say I think it's in the oven, but it might not be. It might be this. Let's see if this fits. Oh no. Oh no. I'm just going to use the InstantPot. I'm just going to use it. Like I said, that's all I'm going to use this pot for anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead. This is not pressure cooked, so I don't have to keep it locked. Hold on. There. I can leave it open. Okay, so now I go to my, turn it around so you can see. Hold on. We're going to go to the yogurt setting. And push yogurt. And it says boil. Now this says high. I know that lady said to put it on medium. Okay? And then let's start. Alright. Let me do a time, because the lady said 4 hours. This is for 8. She made hers in 4. So 2 of the ladies did theirs on an 8-hour cycle. But the lady I watched today that used the 3 tablespoons of yogurt, she did hers for 4 hours and put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it, and then I'll check it in 4 hours. Or they said it count up or something. I don't know. 4 hours. I will check it and see what's going on with it. But she made hers in 4. We'll find out. Maybe I will get in the middle. And oh no. We're going to let it ride, okay? I'll be back after the timer goes off, and then I'll let you know if I did 4 hours or 8 hours, because I don't know. But we're going to figure it out, okay? So, I'll be back. Okay. This is an 8-hour process. It has a 3-minute setting. I went ahead and I found my InstantPot book for yogurt making, because I just realized that those ladies that I did, all 3 of those ladies, they didn't have this pot. They had a smaller InstantPot. Now, their stuff was fly, but it was a smaller version. I have the Rio Wide. This is a newer version in the InstantPot family. So, my instructions are different from theirs. Okay? So, for mine, for my Rio Wide people, okay, it says use pasteurized milk, add milk to the cooking pot, place the cooking pot in the cooker base, place the lid on top of the cooker base, and lock the lid. press yogurt on the control panel. The default temperature is highlighted. Press the temp up or down to select low, medium, or high. Those ladies, at least 2 of them, use medium on theirs. So I have my book here. For pasteurized yogurt, 3 minutes. Okay? So as I said, this is a different version of the Instant Pot. I have a newer version than the pots that they had. For the ferment dairy, it is 8 hours, and you cook it on low. Let me go back to the pasteurized. The pasteurized is 3 minutes on high. Okay? That's the default setting. Or is ferment dairy 8 hours on low, and then they have ferment non-dairy custom, and that again is an 8 hour and it's adjustable, and it's also cooked on low, which again can be adjusted, I guess, to medium. So let me go back to the directions. So after you press your temp up and down or down, the default cooking time will flash on the display, which it did. Press time up or down arrows to adjust the cooking time. So when I canceled the first one that you all seen me do, I canceled that first one, and I'm following these directions. So when I push yogurt, broil popped up, and then that's when you select if you're going to pasteurize, ferment, or ferment non-dairy. I chose ferment, which again, between the ferment and the ferment non-dairy, they're still both 8 hours. So that's what I chose. It says the display shows hot for 3 seconds, then it shows broil. When pasteurization finishes, display shows end. Okay? Milk must reach 161 degrees for pasteurization to occur. If the temp level is set to high, no time display will be available. The cooking time shows boil. If the temp is selected to medium or low, the cooking time shows the set time. So it's just going to show me the time, and then when it's done, I'm assuming it's going to say end. So this is an 8-hour process. Okay, so it'll be later. Okay, and I'll probably come back to this. Once it's done, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. I got other things to do. I want to rearrange the kitchen. I'm about to make some carrot juice. I'm about to cook some greens, and my other Instant Pot is about to go down in here. 8 hours. Oh my God. I could do about 20 things in 8 hours. So I'm going to do those things, and then if I come up on anything significant, I will come back and record it for you, or take a picture or something to let you know how this process goes. Because like I said, this is the first time for me. And if any of you have this particular Rio Wide, it may be a first time for you as well. Okay? So I have to look online to see if anybody did a video for the Rio Wide yogurt using the yogurt setting. I would imagine somebody had. Okay? But if not, just know that my instructions are different, and I'm just going to follow the InstantPot directions. It didn't even say anything. The yogurt is, you're adding the active. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to have to read up on this. But I think the pasteurization is, you know what, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet because I don't have my thoughts ironed out. I know what direction I want to go in, but I'm not verbally ready to put that on video yet. So do your own research, okay? And if you have this one, the directions and the recipe is here, and it's milk, okay? And the milk was already ultra pasteurized. So I don't comprehend why I need to ride out for 8 hours. I think that's why that lady did 4 on hers, and then she let it sit in the refrigerator for another 3 to 4 hours. So, I don't know. I'm still going to go back to, we'll check on it. Okay? But I just want you to know, I did pick up the book and follow the directions that came with the pot. Okay? Okay. Well, it says end. I fell asleep. I finished doing everything I needed to do. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. It smells good. Oh no. I think now I gotta sit it in the refrigerator for the rest of the night. It's after midnight. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. And we'll come back to it, okay? Alright. So it's the next day. And it got finished cooking around midnight. At least that's when I noticed it. I think 8 hours. I think it was done probably around 11, but I was asleep. And I woke up a little bit after midnight, and that's when I remembered it was cooking. So when I came in here, the pot said end, and I opened it up, and it had a little condensation on it. I took a paper towel and got that off by just letting it soak off. And I used 2 paper towels and threw them away. And then I immediately put a lid on it and put it in the fridge. And it's solid. We got yogurt, y'all. Look at that. Let's give it a taste. Like I said, I wanted to start to do yogurt to get away from eating ice cream. And let's just taste a little bit. Let's taste a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Now it's a little stringy. I don't know. I'm not a critic of yogurt. I don't eat yogurt enough to know anything of value. So when I do this edit, I'm going to do a little research and learn something about it. I don't know why I'm putting so much in here just for a taste. I don't know why, but let's taste it. Oh. Oh, that's delicious. Mmm. It's sweet and tangy and creamy. This is absolutely wonderful. You could put some fruit on it. Like I said, I bought it for my little cake. Mmm. Okay. I'm going to do this again. Mmm. That's wonderful. It is. This is wonderful. It's better than ice cream. This is my new stilo right here, y'all. This is my new thing. Now, it was 8 hours. But like I said, I was asleep. I cleaned up and I did other things around the house. I forgot all about it. I said, I went to bed. I forgot until I got up to go to the bathroom, and then I remembered, like, but yeah, this is it, y'all. InstantPot yogurt. So if you have an InstantPot and you see that yogurt feature, you should try the recipe. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. It's absolutely delicious. And I will eat this versus ice cream. I choose this over ice cream. So there you go. So come back. Write in the comments if you have an InstantPot and if you've ever tried the yogurt feature on your pot. If you haven't, I would advise you to do it. Like I said, look online and see which recipes other people have that have your pot. This was the Rio Wide. So that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you try it. Like, share, and comment. And most of all, keep a lyric in your heart. Till next time. Bye-bye.